What's happening? Hey man, I'm out here just walking, getting a little bit of exercise. And you know what? I'm just tired of listening to podcasts and things like that. And one thing that I was like, that's the title of the video is what happened to the ADOS movement. You hear me? What happened to the ADOS movement? Because I remember a while ago there was like, about a year ago, um, there were video after video of, all these people talking about the ADOS movement and all this type of stuff. So I was just curious what happened to it because I don't see a lot of rhetoric getting spilled. And, it's funny. I thought that, especially when the nomination of Joe Biden, because of, Kamala Harris, he chose her to be, his running mate, that, the ADOS people would, just be like all over the fucking place. I thought they would just be like, like I don't know. I thought they would be running wild right now, but I don't see too much. Just like the normal ones, like Tariq, uh, Dr. Boyce Watkins, and like those guys are, they're definitely voicing their displeasure. And I voiced my displeasure too, even though I'm son of immigrants and whatever. So I just wonder, if you guys can enlighten me on because I especially because I saw a video of Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris. I would think, based on the rhetoric, she would kind of almost be the poster child of what the ADOS would hate, because I mean it's pretty. If you look at her, her, especially she's been in the public for a little bit, but if you look at some of the interviews she does, she's pretty egregious with it. At one point she was parading herself as an Indian woman, and then next thing you know, she's got you know, the 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 earrings in, and she looks like she should have been an extra on The Boys in the Hood, and she's kind of all over the place. And her record speaks for itself. She's a former prosecutor, and she locked up a lot of people. And she was a prosecutor. I think she was a attorney general at one time in California, in the Bay Area or whatever. But her background would have been, especially her ethnic background, would have definitely been, I think, a huge topic of conversation. I maybe I didn't search hard enough. I just wanted to understand where that, the whole reparations movement, and Joe Biden is not really talking about reparations. They had. I didn't even look at the Democratic convention. I didn't even look at it because to me it's just whatever. Like I don't know, man. Trump is bad, but who gives a fuck? Like, let him do what the hell he wants to do. I mean, Biden, Trump, doesn't fucking matter. The system of white supremacy will always run the country. It's just going to be a different face. Now, it's like, what do you choose? Jim Crow segregation, or do you choose apartheid? I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I mean, I don't know which one's worse. I would probably say apartheid would probably be. I think it's the worst of all evil. I mean, I think it would probably be a little bit worse because it's supposed to be separate but equal. Whatever you kind of, it would probably give minorities and black people a chance to win, and not win, but build an infrastructure. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But both candidates are horrible, to tell you the truth. You know, and I would think, you know, a lot of the ADOS people, they would be kind of happy. This is kind of what's going on because, you know, because to me, a lot of them were like low-key Trump supporters. They kind of put it under a different guise, but to me, they were, you know, they're low-key Trump supporters. I mean, they're pretty much they're Trumpers. You know, it is what it is. Let's you want Trump to win. You know, the status quo is good enough for you. You know, that's what you want. Like they never came out and said it, but pretty much you can just tell by actions and rhetoric and all this type of stuff that they really want Trump to win. And you know, they wanted kind of Trump to win by default. That way they can probably stay in the perpetual state of victimhood. You know, and you know all the elements are right for it. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I really don't even know. I just wanted to make this video because maybe I'll get some, you know, some trolls under the comments, and they'll kind of give me an idea of what happened to the ADOS movement. I know that was it Tariq Nasheed? He started his own ADOS type movement, and I know I haven't heard really from Tone Talks them. I would think that their videos and him and his, I said her and him, Yvette Carnell, would show up a lot on my algorithm, but they don't really show up that much. I don't know. They don't really show up. I don't really see a lot of the videos, but I did. I tell you what, I did see a couple videos from Dr. Boyce Watkins, and of course he had his chest pumped. All man, look at that freaking big boy right there. That's a nice bass right there. Holy moly. That's a big boy. Anyways, he had his chest pumped out, talking, you know, he was really kind of happy. Not happy, but, you know, on the soapbox talking about Kamala Harris and all this type of shit. Which, I mean, he was just spewing stuff that we already fucking know. But I thought there would be more angst about Kamala Harris, about how, you know, she's the nominee now. And she is probably like the definition of what ADOS doesn't like right there. She's an immigrant. Her parents are immigrants. You know, she's successful. She is going to be possibly the vice president. I thought that shit would really, really, really grind a lot of motherfuckers' gears. But I haven't really heard that much, you know. Maybe I need to do some more searching, you know. And I thought this would really be the kicker when they asked her about reparations. She basically said that a rising tide rises all ships. And, you know, she wouldn't really answer a question, you know, about a black agenda and shit like that. So I thought that right there would be definitely a trigger point. But I guess it's not. I mean, I guess I haven't heard the type of rhetoric that I was really expecting from ADOS. You know, guys, put in the comments. You mean him and him, right? Nah, no. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, allegedly he's a her. I guess. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. I don't have any, you know, documentation. I don't know the man, but I know she's definitely a him, parading as her, but, who knows? Shout out to King Dorian, 95. Yeah, I really hadn't heard that much. It's I did see a couple Tone Talk video. I can't remember what Tone Talks was talking about, but Tone Talks was actually in a very, I think he was pretty much in a very hypocritical position. Last video that I actually watched of him, because it was a person that was non-ADOS, and he was pretty much bigging him up. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. I can't remember what the name of the person is, but I guess, what does a Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I guess, White House mean for ADOS if that happens? I wonder how that will play out. I just wonder what ADOS is going to feel like, if that happens. It probably won't happen, because I just don't think it will. A lot of people are optimistic that Joe Biden would win. I don't really think so. I think that's a little bit of false hope. And I don't really think that's going to really happen, because their boy Trump will give some reparations right around the time of what do you call it? The election. The election. He's going to drop a stimulus package. Get you, some of you Negroes, on a sugar high, give you some, $1,200 or some shit. And then you guys are going to be like, well, he's done more for black people than black people has done for black people. The same old rhetoric, because he's not going to let that, he's not going to let the economy tank right before an election. He's just not going to let that shit happen. He's not going to let that shit happen. You know it. So that's going to be very interesting. But with Trump, the ADOS movement, it's just going to be, the status quo. He ain't going to do shit. Trump has done everything to show you, like, how much he just doesn't give a fuck. He just doesn't give a fuck. Matter of fact, yesterday, I saw that he pardoned Susan B. Anthony. And Susan B. Anthony, and like people like, well, she's been dead for, I don't even know. I think she's been dead for almost 100 years. I don't know, fucking long ass time. But he pardoned her. And, shout out to, the FBA leader, Tariq Nasheed. He put me up on that a long time ago. She's a well-known feminist. And what is very important about her is she is pretty much, she led like the eugenics movement, I guess, sometime in America. And it was basically to call for the extermination of black people. She was supposedly, she was a big time feminist. But anyways, the feminist movement kind of fucked up black females or whatever. But she was kind of like, she had a big hand in that. And, she was true to the game white supremacist. Let me see. ADOS is done after 2020 election. Okay. Stimulus package for everyone. Reparations off of the descendants of slaves in this country. There will never be any reparations, but if there was, the people who are entitled to it are descendants of slaves in this country. No, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. The thing about it is, I've done video a long time ago. The only thing I say about it is good luck. Good luck. And the main problem that I had with the whole movement and everything like that before was the fact, I mean, it was like people were acting like they couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. You know, they act like they couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. They were basically trying to throw immigrants under the bus, and they thought that throwing immigrants under the bus and pretty much attacking immigrants was the path to get reparations. Like, you know, immigrants were standing in the way, and at the same time, they were trying to discredit a lot of the stuff that, you know, like for instance, the people in the Caribbean have done, you know, for this country. And you know, it was like, I don't know. I don't want to even rehash it. I just want to talk about this subject. What happened to the ADOS movement? Tangible 2020, FBA, you know, NBA, niggas back. I don't even know what the fuck. Like they got WAP now. They got all these acronyms. It's like, what the fuck happened? Like, what the fuck happened? You know, they were planning this convention and all this type of shit. I don't know if that's even possible anymore. And the thing about it where's the negotiation power? What is the negotiation power right now with FBA for reparations, or ADOS for reparations? What is the strategy? Who was the leader? Because it started out, supposedly, it was supposed to be Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks, and then Tariq got into it, and Dr. Claude Anderson and all them, they put their 2 cents into it, and it was like Standy, Darity. I mean, they were throwing out all kinds of names, but what happened? What happened? You know, what happened? You know, what happened to the leadership? And it's unfortunate because it's very unfortunate because let's look at you know some of the leadership missteps that happened of this whole rolling out thing. And let's look at this. Okay. One of the strategies, the main strategies, is like, let's roll this thing out, American descendants of slaves. Let's make it American descendants of slaves. Okay, we got it. You know, the Caribbean people had CARICOM, you know, all those other people have their reparations movements. And for years, for decades, they never said anything about, I don't think they ever went out of their way to, you know, discredit, you know, foundational Americans or whatever, you know, throughout the years. They never did anything at all. They never, you know, saying, hey, you know what, make sure you don't give those, I mean, we gotta get our reparations, make sure you don't give those niggas some reparations. We never seen that shit. You know, we never see that shit, but whatever. Okay. So they made it a point to kind of alienate, you know, anybody that has any descendant that's not foundational. Okay. So you basically will take, you know, leaders out like, well, they're dead now, like, you know, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, what do you call it, Louis Farrakhan, all those people, you know, hey, you guys don't count. So we can't seek your leadership. We can't seek your counsel. We can't seek any of those type of things. So we need to get y'all niggas out of here. You know, like, what was I think, Carmichael. But I mean, the list goes on and on and on of people that they purposely, you know, discredited or whatever, because they, you know, get your hands off ours, whatever. And what's very inconvenient is someone like Kamala Harris, that's going to possibly be in a very influential position. Very influential position of power. And the thing about it is, man, especially ADOS, and I'm not a big fan of Kamala Harris, or Joe Biden. Don't get me wrong about that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them at all. But I wonder that, that person, especially like Kamala Harris, if she's wins the, if they win the election, and Biden wins the election, that's 8 years of them possibly, and if she graduates and they do a good job, that's another 8 years of her being at the top of the ticket, possibly. And this person has already been outcasted. You guys said a lot of stuff about this. I wonder how that's going to work with the whole reparations movement. I wonder how you guys are going to convince her. And you guys know how the shift of power works. Everybody's out looking for themselves. If she's the vice president of the United States, boy, especially, let's think about it, right? Think about it. If somebody trashed you, right? They trashed you. They talked about you like a dog. They really fucked you up. They really assassinated your whole character. Your whole character. And all of a sudden, you are in a position of power. You're in a position of power. And those same people say, hey, I need a job, or I need some money, or I need this and that. Oh man, remembering all that shit, how eager are you going to be to help those people? You're basically the second in command. You have large influence, but you just remember these people fucking trashed you. They trashed you, they trashed your ancestors, they trashed everything about your whole existence. Tell me, why is that person gonna be eager to help you in any fucking way? And I think that was one of the things when I first started making videos about it. It's and we talked about it a lot of times. It's like Massa has promised, Sambo and all them, a plate at the table, a big piece of chicken at the table in the big house. So many times he's offered that piece of chicken. You say, hey, Sambo, just fucking, go and whip these slaves, go and, be the, spy and all this type of stuff. Those things, like every time a new crop of Africans or whatever came in, and you know what? Sambo never got to go in the big house and eat that piece of chicken. He never did. I'm good. Yeah. No, I never, he never, got that piece of chicken, and I don't know if that's going to happen again, because I haven't seen anywhere that, Kamala Harris is too eager, to make reparations at the top of their agenda. I've never seen that shit. But anyways, Bernie, like where's Bernie? I haven't seen Bernie. I remember that whole thing with Bernie. That Bernie, one of the things that they wanted to cancel Bernie is Bernie wouldn't ask the reparations question directly. He kept, I guess, dodging it. He basically, said that, but they wanted to cancel him, right? Which to me was kind of crazy. You know, Bernie, I thought at one point they thought Bernie was like the best chance to beat Trump. But the ADOS people wanted Trump. I guess they didn't want Bernie. It was kind of confusing. They didn't want Bernie because Bernie didn't have a good enough black agenda. So they basically wanted to sit on their hands and not vote. So basically, I guess Trump could go into the White House, and they didn't want that. They wanted either Bernie to be like a black guy, and put the black agenda on top of it, on top of his ticket, for them to vote for him or to support him. But what was weird about that, they didn't require Trump to do anything. Basically, they were saying, hey, we're not going to vote for Trump. We're just going to sit on our hands. And that way, Trump will probably almost get our vote by default. So I didn't know how that was going to work. So Biden came in, and Biden had, I don't even think he had even a black agenda or whatever. So I don't know. They're talking about withholding votes from him. But the thing about it is they kept talking about withholding votes from those guys and not supporting those guys. And they were basically saying, hey, you know what? We don't mind Trump, but nobody ever says that. Trump, I don't think Trump has ever said a word about reparations at all. So I don't know where the negotiation power was with Trump. So I'm kind of confused on that. So you guys enlighten me on that too. ADOS people. But I think the only way really now, the only way that they can really even make any headway now, I think, if they support some type of third party with some type of political agenda and some type of power or clout, voting block or something, some type of thing. Because there's really, I think at this point, there's really no threat. There's really no threat because Trump has already proven he don't really need you. And I doubt really Biden is, I think Biden will get enough of y'all just because you ain't got nowhere else to go to kind of secure his I guess his campaign. So I think this was definitely a missed opportunity. If the leadership of like maybe ADOS or something like that could have been, a little bit more strategic instead of more emotional, I think it probably could have worked a lot better. Just think about it. All right, we have this pandemic. You're gonna have a tight election. It's gonna be tight, very, very tight. Imagine if you had a united front, anybody that, of the African diaspora, right? And you were like, hey, you know what? We know there's going to be a type election. We already know the Latinos are probably going to go, 70, 30 Democrat. They're going to probably go about 30% for Trump. About 70% probably going to go to Biden or whatever. They're going to, they might even go 50-50. You never know. So that's going to be very, very close. And white folks are probably going to go about, I would say about 60-40, Biden, Trump. And that's just because of the white women, the white women. So you're going to have this, 13% of the population that could pretty much decide the election. And if, let's just say, I don't know, anyone that qualifies for that, like, let's just say 50% of us were united instead of, this segmentation of this and that, things could have been a little bit different. You'd be like, hey, you know what? We got all these votes. We got this whole voting block. Let's negotiate. Let's negotiate. Let's negotiate something. Hey, you don't get these votes unless you give us a detailed agenda that's going to get us these payments. You got to put something that's concrete, that's tangible for us to get these payments or some type of payments or some type of resources or something, or we're not going to give either one of you people that. But anyways, I guess that's just wishful thinking that didn't happen. I think that would have been much more effective if that were to happen, but that was just wishful thinking on my part. But anyways, man, you guys comment on there, man. Tell me what's up with the ADOS, because I haven't really seen that many videos of other than the nightly, I guess, lashing of Tariq Nasheed, of immigrants and things like that. That's all I've really seen. I haven't really seen. I've seen Yvette Carnell a couple times, but it's just so irrelevant or just not important. She's just talking. She's not really talking about nothing. She's not really talking about nothing. Dr. Boyce Watkins, I see him talking. He's not really talking about nothing. He's just, talking the same shit that he was talking 5 years ago or 4 years ago about Paranomics and all this type shit. Matter of fact, what was weird, her voice isn't. What was weird about Dr. Boyce Watkins, was he made a video about, I guess, Kamala Harris had shouted out Paranomics, Dr. Claude Anderson thing. I didn't really listen to the video, but he was just, he was happy about that, which is, it was kind of a little bit weird because I thought he was anti Kamala Harris, but I guess that maybe, I don't know, maybe you get some affiliate sales from the book, whatever. I think that might be because I think they sell digital copies, but that was kind of a little bit weird. Not weird, but just kind of I didn't kind of understand that a little bit. And he turned around and made a video about how bad she was, and she was shouting her out for giving the book a shout out, and then next thing you know, he's whatever. Make your money black, man. Anyways, I'm about to get off of here. Just wanted to hear what y'all thoughts are on ADOS, where ADOS is at, where you think the movement is going, what are the implications of everything with Kamala Harris being the vice president. She's not really the ADOS guess candidate or ideal candidate, and she's not really, I don't think she's a person that's probably going to go out her way to fight for reparations. I don't think she's going to be a person that's going to go out, especially with, people of the ADOS, type trashed her. So I don't know. That's going to be very interesting. Man, I'm looking kind of rough. I'm looking like a Pookie and Ray Ray. Anyways, man, I'm about to get off here, man. Hey, shout out to King Dorian. Shout out to the Witch Doctor. Make sure you guys like, and share that, man. I'm close to 4,000 subscribers. You know, hey, I'm getting there. I don't make a lot of videos, but I guess a lot of stuff, my content, you know, I guess it was good. Some of it is good. Well, one thing I did think that was kind of messed up is the fact that I got more thumbs down than thumbs up on a lot of my ADOS videos. And I think it's because of the hashtag. I think what ends up happening a lot of times is like people go on the video thinking I'm about to big up ADOS and buck dance and do all this ass kicking, ass kissing and boot licking and doing all this type of stuff. What's up? I think that's what they thought, and when they go there, and then I don't ever give her. I mean, I don't ever. I'm gonna call it ADOS to her, but I don't really do all that shit. I think that's probably the point of contention. So I get a lot of thumbs down, which is fine with me, man. Voice your opinion. You either love me or you hate me. You know. Either way, you're gonna respect me. It don't even matter. It don't even matter, man. Love and hate is just a fucking emotion. Some people you're gonna hate, and some people you're gonna love. So it is what it is, man. I'm out.